Tip of the week, first week of January. This video is about how you can improve your ribbing. If you notice in this sample that I've knitted, the column of stitches to the left of the first column is oversized. And notice that there is a ladder to the left of that column of stitches as well. Now, if I compare it to the column of stitches on the right side of that, notice that it's neat and tight. Now, how this occurs is when you're doing ribbing and you're transferring from a knit to a purl stitch, you do not pull tightly. So here's my knit, and notice when I bring my yarn forward, sometimes there's just a lot of excess yarn in there that if I were to knit the stitch that way, that excess yarn stays there. And one of two things will happen. It will stay and make a ladder, or it will work its way back into the knit stitch in front of it. Now, when I go to do the purl, if I just give a little tug and make sure that my yarn is all the way forward, you can see that that is going to close that gap. I just give it a little tug and make sure that it's all the way forward. And what this does is it tightens up the ribbing as well. Most patterns will call for ribbing to be done in smaller needles, and this is why, because of that excess yarn. If you're using smaller needles, well, the excess yarn will be less. But if you continue to do this, you'll never need to use smaller needles again. And you can see that the stitches in either side match, and there is no ladder. That's the tip of the week for the first week of January.